Look at
What
this
up,
guy.
Nick?
What's up, Michaels?
How are you, sir?
Good. We're with Josh Magic Michaels here at Eat, Drink, and Open Mic. How's it going, Josh?
It's going great, Nick. It's going fucking great.
Yeah? We're here at Kavina Burgers. We're going to have our eats.
I'm very hungry. I haven't ate all day specifically because I knew this was going to happen. And I was like, Nick's going to buy me food, and I'm going to save my appetite.
You know, the last comic paid for his own meal.
Well, I'm not him.
Right. So, going down into it right now, what made you want to get into comedy?
You know what's so funny is I feel like everybody has these like heartfelt answers for like them wanting to do comedy, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, I talked about this before, but it's like everybody says like, it's very funny to me that people always want to romanticize the idea of like comedy, right? So it's like, I remember being a kid and watching so-and-so, or like, I remember, you know, wanting to be a painter. When I was 3 years old, I could pick up a paintbrush and I knew in that moment I was going to be a painter. I think it's very funny the idea of romanticizing things because for me, it was like, and this is going to sound very cheesy, but it's like I didn't like seek comedy out. I really feel like comedy kind of found me in a weird way by being at the Chatterbox of all places, which is like, I grew up in West Covina area. And so by going there, oh, here comes your Terry special.
Thank you.
Who got this one?
Ooh, that looks so good.
Yes.
But to answer your question, I feel like comedy found me in a weird way. I feel like because the Chatterbox was always kind of close to where I lived and grew up, and I would just go there and I would see it, and I always like it was always a part of me. Like I always had this like desire to entertain people, not necessarily on a stage, but I always kind of wanted to, like I was the guy in a situation that always wanted everybody to be having a good time. I wanted everybody to be having fun.
So, what was your first big break?
What big break?
Well, your story seems like it's going to be a long one.
What big break, dude? I'm still waiting.
You performed with Sinbad.
Oh, that was dope. That was like very cool, man.
Yeah.
He's like a super nice guy. I really did not expect for that to happen. But he was performing at the place that I work, the venue that I work. And my managers let him know that I did comedy. It's such a funny story, man. They told him, he didn't have an opener, so they went back there and told him that I did comedy and asked him if, they were like, we like have a guy here who's like a comic, and you know, I didn't ask, but they asked for me, like, it'd be very cool if you like let him open for you.
Right.
And he's like, well, let me meet this guy. Like, I have to meet him. So I go to the back of the green room where he's at to meet him. And he's sitting there, and he asks me, he's like, you're the guy that wants to open for me?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you funny? And me, in my mind, I'm trying to be clever. Like, this is Sinbad, right? And this is in my mind, this is a make or break moment. Like, if I don't make him laugh, then he's not going to have me open for him.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to be funny and clever, but what came out of my mouth was the dumbest thing I could have said at the time.
What is it?
Because I walk in the green room and he's like, he goes, are you funny? And I was trying to be so cool, I go, I usually let the audience decide. Like the dumbest thing. Right. And he literally looked at me like, are you fucking stupid? He was like, he's like, you never let the audience decide. You're either funny or you're not funny. And I'm like, I'm funny. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, you can open for me. And I did, and it went great. And he like brought me backstage after, talked to me, like I thanked him, and he was like very nice, dude. He did not have to do that. And he did not have to like talk to me and be really cool like he was after. But it was awesome. Like that was a very huge moment.
Who would you say is your biggest influence?
Bernie Mac, bro, hands down. He's so funny. He's so funny, and he's one of those dudes that's like funny before he even says anything.
Yeah.
And just like everything about him, his cadence, his stage presence, like he's just fucking hilarious. I like genuinely love that guy.
something.
I do.
Mostly Magic Michaels. Can you tell me the other nicknames, even the negative ones that you got in so far?
The Boy Wonder, I've been called that before. Other nicknames. Someone told me I look like Lance Bass, Sam Smith. I get that.
Yeah,
But then,
I gave you that one.
Oh, you did give me that one. Yeah. What else? Matt Ellen.
I really don't see it though. I know you're a guy that's just trying to play the butch, you know.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, one time there was a friend of mine who used to run this show in Redlands. I love her. Her name is Kat. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you got to meet my friend. She has a huge crush on you." And I met her friend thinking, "Oh, she has a crush on me." And she goes, "Oh, no. She doesn't have a crush on you. You just remind her of she's a lesbian. She's a lesbian, and you remind her of this girl she has a crush on." And I was like, "Oh, great. Thank you so much."
Thank you. Oh, that's great.
What a compliment.
That's just beautiful.
But they're all very strong, talented people, and I respect being compared to them. Okay.
Yeah.
But what is it called? What else have I gotten called? I mean, you name it, dude. Since I lost weight from not drinking, I got called Ryan Gosling twice, and don't laugh, Nick. I'm keeping it. I'm holding on to that.
It's actually a good one.
Yeah. That's the one I'm keeping and I'm holding on to, and I'm not like, dude, I was high for like 3 days.
Yeah.
I was walking around
Were you like squinting the whole time?
Smizing, getting them that smolder. I watched Blade Runner, like, really good, man.
Am I a robot?
Yeah, I mean, I was on cloud 9 for about like 3 or 4 days after that, you know.
And someone called you, "Hey, Sam Smith!"
That Sam Smith again.
Oh, also the Sandlot, right?
Oh yeah, Smalls from the Sandlot. You
did the shirt. The shirt.
Yeah, the striped shirt.
It's the striped shirt.
Yeah. I've been called a lot of things, man. But Josh Magic Michaels is probably my favorite.
You have a new podcast out. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Josh McGallagher, best name in the world. Right? Don't ever tell me to change the name. Don't ever tell me to change the name. It's the best name in the world. It's a combination of me and my roommate / friend / podcast co-host. It's like a combination of our names. Josh Michaels and Gerardo Alarcon. Josh Gerardo Mike Alarcon. Or JRM. What do we call it? JRMA? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's about, okay, look, everybody's podcast is like acting like, they're open micers acting like they're on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Right.
That's what a lot of podcasts are. It's like, oh, let's all sit around, let's all pretend like everybody gives a fuck about us at all. Or like anybody cares about what we're saying. And no one really cares. There's a rule in, I don't know if it's like an AA thing or whatever, but it's like Rule 62. And Rule 62 is like a life rule. It's like, don't take yourself too seriously. Never take yourself too seriously. So what the podcast is, it's just about us. It's about beef, I guess, but it's all a joke. It's like it's about being real and honest. Like, what is your beef with? Like, and we all have like little things that annoy us or irritate us, and it's like exaggerating that in a very funny way.
Right. So I'm gonna go get you a box, and then we're gonna head out for the chat.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
How you guys doing? Everything good? You guys doing good? Damn. Wow.
Very positive vibes in here. I love everybody in here. I feel like a deep and strong connection with every single one of you.
up right now. He's your co-host. Give it up for Josh Magic Michael. Keep it going for him. Yeah! How are you guys doing? You guys still doing okay? We're alive. We're feeling good? Huh? Yeah! How are you?
Good, bro.
You look nice. I like you. Why'd you get nervous? Why'd you get nervous, dude? Oh, you're not close enough. I'll hit on every dude in here, okay? I don't know, man. I try to, like, I'm half white, half Mexican. I'll use every excuse to tell people that all the time. I can't not mention it, it seems like. So it's hard for me sometimes because I realize that, like, growing up with, like, my Mexican dad sometimes, that I'm not as sensitive to people's feelings as I should be. You know? Like, someone took me to go indoor rock climbing with them one time. You know, I was trying to really get in touch with the white side of me. You know, I went to indoor rock climbing, which also is stupid. Don't do it. Climb a real rock, okay? Don't go indoor rock climbing. It's very weak of you, I feel like. But I went in there and I didn't like it. Not because it wasn't fun. Sure, I had a good time. But I didn't like it because everybody there was too supportive. You know what I mean? Like, there was a guy there and I was like reaching for this other, whatever you call it, rock. It's not a rock, it's a piece of plastic. And I was reaching for it. He's like, you got it, man. You can do it. And I was like, who the fuck are you, dude? And he's like, I'm your friend, dude, I believe in you. And I was really in my gut, I was like, are you trying to fucking fight me right now, dude? I don't respond to support very well, okay? I grew up with a Mexican dad who played Nintendo 64 with a child, me. And when he beat me at Mario Kart because he was a grown-ass man, he got in my face and called me a loser, okay? And did it make me stop playing Nintendo 64? No, because my brother got mad and broke the Nintendo 64. We also have anger problems, I feel like. I try to be good, dude, but sometimes I say the wrong thing. I say it all the time. I misspeak all the time. I get very uncomfortable. One time someone told me they were going to a funeral, and I didn't know what to say. I was trying to be funny, and so when they came back from the funeral, I said, how was the funeral? I did that. Why did I do that? As if this woman didn't die. I don't know why I did that. But I remember when I was like younger, I was working at this cafe in Monrovia. It's called the Peach Cafe. They got great breakfast. You should go there. We should go there sometime. What's your schedule like? You free all week? I'm free all week too. My job sucks. Yeah, so I was at the Peach Cafe in Monrovia. I was wearing my little apron. My sweeping up the patio. I looked very adorable. I looked very cute. Like you. And there was a woman sitting on the patio, and she was a black woman. And I'm only mentioning her race because it's very important to the story, okay? She was on the phone, and she was talking to her friend, and she was mentioning on the phone, she's like, I'm so proud of my nephew. His freestyles have gotten so much better. I'm just glad that he's following his dreams, doing what he loves. I couldn't be happier for him. I hear this. It touches me, you know? I'm following my dream. You know, I'm doing this. This guy, he's following his dream. It's beautiful. So she gets off the phone and I go up to her and I want to support this guy. And I say, excuse me, ma'am, I don't mean to bother you, but I was eavesdropping a little bit. Your nephew, where can I listen to his music at? And she said, son, my nephew is a freestyle swimmer, okay? Now, that was my bad. I assumed he was a rapper and that's my fault. That is 100% my fault. I'm trying to get better though. I'm trying to get better and, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We all fuck up sometimes. Still feel like, you know, I'm on SoundCloud. You guys should check me out here. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right, this is only for the video.
Okay.
Oh, bro, I can do all kinds of things, baby.
You can do that. Oh my
I can
god.
do-
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna drop it. I feel it. I feel it.
Dude, I'm literally practicing this at home and I suck so bad.
Why are you practicing this?
Because I have no life. No one loves me.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna flip over a card, Chris.
Yes.
Ace of spades.
Ace of
Okay.
spades.
Hold your hand out like this. Okay. Ace of spades.
Oh my god.
Without looking, what card do you think you have in your hand?
I think you said something else into it, but I'm going to say ace of spades.
Okay, show the camera like this. Ace of spades, right? I didn't switch it out. You can look at it.
Oh,
I didn't switch it out.
I love it. I love it.
I'm an honest guy. Okay, but I'm gonna flip over another card, the ace of clubs.
Another ace.
Okay.
I love it.
So I'm gonna take the ace of clubs. Now you have the clubs. I have the spades.
Yes.
Okay. Now here's what you do. I don't know if you're a betting guy. I don't know what you do in your private life. But if you're gonna say, if you're a betting guy, would you say the ace of clubs is on top, or the ace of clubs is on the bottom? What would you say?
The ace of clubs is where we started, right?
Right. I know it's confusing.
No. Clubs on bottom.
Clubs on bottom. Confident.
Confident.
You would bet money on it.
Are you trying to get money?
Broke. I need to pay for my car. A receipt. I'll take it. I'm not gonna take your $10 here.
It's pretend. It's a video.
Oh, I'm keeping the
Yeah, you're taking the money.
I'll keep the $10 if there's a way that I can get both the ace of clubs and the ace of spades out of your hand and give you two completely different cards.
I would love that. Yes.
And so that you would never hold
Yes,
the ace of clubs and the ace of spades the whole time.
That.
That's it. Flip them over.
Oh, fuck you. That was.
Wow.